Hello, hello. Welcome back to video number 3. If you haven't seen the first 2, don't start on this one. Go back. Make sure you watch the first 2 so you're not totally confused. So welcome back. I'm Mrs. Europe, and we're going to continue on with our city block. So let me switch camera views over to my drawing so we can pick up where we left off. Make sure that you have your drawing as well. So you're ready to come along with me. And also remember, please pause the video as we go along. When I say pause, do the work with me. And then come back when you're ready and we'll pick up where we left off and all that goodness. So when I say pause and go do the work on your own, please pause and go do the work on your own. All right, I need an eraser. So I want you to remind you that our learning intention on all this, why are we doing this? What is the reasoning? Well, you are creating a city block. Not just any city block. You want to create a city block that looks pretty realistic. It has perception in it. Perspective. That's the word I was looking for. Perspective. Say that with me. Perspective. Maybe if I say it a couple of times, I'll say it right next time. And you're using 2 vanishing points, along with the fact that we also have a long list of math terms, geometry terms, things that I've already used. Have you picked up on any of those vocabulary words that I've already used? Like parallel? Perpendicular. Have I used that one yet? We have certain angles. Acute. Look at that. Look at that angle that's bigger than 90 degrees. Obtuse. Sorry, my bad. Obtuse, bigger. Acute. It's like cute. Oh, it's so acute. It's smaller than 90 degrees. We have some shapes in here. Do you see this trapezoid? And it's like it's flipped the other way. Trapezoid. It's also a quadrilateral. Did you know that? 4 sides. We got some of these different shapes. So a lot of different vocabulary words that you are going to be, things that you are going to be including in your city block before we're done. Now, I might not have all those things in this city block, but you're going to have a chance to include this. So what you would want to do is I showed you how to do your main building. I showed you how to do the 2 buildings on either side. One is shorter than that and how to connect it and make it look like an alleyway. One is taller. So this one is in front. It's layering, so that's why we can't see the sides of the building. You can keep going. You have the idea how to do it. And if not, rewind, but you can keep going with other buildings for on and on and on. Maybe even have a couple roads in there, I hope. That's a long city block. Woo! To go from the, you have to park somewhere. One of these would have to be a parking garage, right? Or make sure you have a bus that drops you off. But let's go in just a little bit more. And I'm going to finish the city. Now up here, you could add signs, skyscrapers. You could add another one up here, add this on. And it could be like the Empire State Building. You could do that. You could add clouds in the background. You could maybe even further back, way back here, there's a city park. Oh, how about a playground there? Yeah, that would be kind of boring just having buildings. Wouldn't that be nice to have a playground or a place of worship, have a school, grocery store? I already know what this building is going to be. This is going to be the world's largest art supply store. Woo, my favorite. All right, but you can decide. So let's just add a little bit more to the block, and we want people to be safe. Cities, we have roads and all that. We got buses and taxis and all that. We want people to be safe here. Now, the city of Ember, did they have buses and all that? I don't think so, did they? No. But they did have passageways because when it got dark, you got to know where you're at. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to add, I'm going to decide how big my street's going to be down here. My sidewalk. Now, I don't want it so big. I mean, look at this. This is like a 20-story building here. So it doesn't have to be huge or it's going to be this big sidewalk and there's going to be no room for buses and cars. So just enough for people to be able to walk down. So I'm going to add just a little sidewalk right there. Not too much. It is close, so it is going to be kind of bigger. Maybe a little bit longer. Yeah. All right. We want people to be able to walk by, you know, keep social distancing and everything during this COVID time. You don't want them bumping into each other, no one bumping into each other and having to walk out in the street and, oh no, big crash. Okay, so what I'm going to do is at the bottom of this, just like I did with the buildings there, I'm going to continue to use my vanishing point. I'm lining that up and I'm going to draw, whoops, I'm going to try to draw a straight line, and I'm going to draw a straight line all the way to the end. That's my sidewalk. I'm going to do it to this vanishing point back here. So I'm lining up that. Oh, I moved it. Oh, well. All right, pretty darn close. Okay. Now, what should I do now? Okay, so now I want to add in, let's see. I want these to be like those, not cobblestones. That's going to be a lot of work, but like those slabs of bricks, you know, don't step on the crack. Oh, do you guys do that? My daughter's probably saying it right now. I know Greta. She like purposely, she's like, I broke your back, mommy. Broke your back, mommy. Oh, mean kid. So anyways, I'm adding, did I do this right? No, I didn't. Rewind. Yeah, ignore that. Actually, why don't you pause the video for a moment and draw in your sidewalk? Remember, you know, these are pretty tall buildings. So this right here, you know, about a half an inch, that's enough to get at least 4 people walking next to each other on that sidewalk. This is a big city. All right. Come back when you're done drawing your sidewalk in. Okay. So welcome back. So what I needed to do is this is where I messed up on. All right. So I had to think this through a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my ruler. I'm going to show you something that's going to trick the eye as people are looking at it. I'm going to lay my ruler on the vanishing point in the sidewalk. Now I'm going to work with this sidewalk. So oddly enough, because this is my right sidewalk, I'm going to use the vanishing point on the left side. So I'm going to line that up and I'm going to finish that sidewalk line right there. I'm going to erase this middle line here and you're going to see why here in a minute. Now, I'm going to keep that on the vanishing point. And these are pretty big bricks here in the beginning, like slabs of concrete. They're pretty big. Now, what happens when things get farther away from you, though? Do you guys remember what happens? Did anyone say they get smaller and smaller and you can't even quite see them anymore? So that's what I'm going to do all the way down. So they're pretty wide here, but as we get to the point where it's not even worth drawing these little lines in there, you're just not going to be able to see it. I could even just put like little tick marks. I mean, it's going to be so far away, you're not going to see the cracks in the road anymore. Oh, it's hard to see. You kind of lose details after a while. I'm going to leave that one free. So about this point, yeah, you kind of lose sight. So I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to use the vanishing point here, use the sidewalk, or the bottom, I mean right here, the bottom of the buildings. Draw my line there. And then using this vanishing point, so now I'm on the left side using the right one. What about the same distance? And I'm keeping this on the vanishing point as I draw these lines, but as I get farther away from where I'm at, which is right here, these are going to get closer and closer and closer and closer together, and it's all perspective. Okay? Will you stop the video and add in? So you only, maybe for the first building, and then you could kind of not have them after a while because it's, you know, you're going to lose perspective. So go ahead and add that in. Then come back and I'm going to show you one more cool trick. All right. So welcome back. Hopefully at this point you had the sidewalk and you drew those lines in. Double check that you use your vanishing point on the opposite side to draw the lines on the opposite building or opposite side of the building. So use the right vanishing point for the left side of the building, the left vanishing point for the right side. All right. So now I don't want this to be on the same level as the street. Man. So when I actually take a step out, I want to have a curb. You know, cars driving by. I want some protection there for my loved ones that are walking with me on that sidewalk. So I'm going to add a little curb in. That seems so weird. It's not going to be long. I mean, I don't want a curb. If you could fit 4 people across the sidewalk right here, I don't want to have to get a ladder to get up on that curb. So it just is going to be a little one. So I'm just going to add a tiny little curb, and really only, farther away. You're not going to see a curb way far away. You're only going to see a curb just a little bit away. So I'm starting here at the point. I'm using my vanishing point. Okay. Then what's going to give the illusion, this is so cool. Let me zoom in. Look at that technology. Snazzy. So what's going to give the illusion that this is a curb is I'm actually going to keep my ruler vertical, parallel. Oh, let me use my math terms. Parallel to these side buildings. And I'm going to draw the lines right where that connects. Straight down. Keep that ruler parallel. Keep that ruler parallel. Right there. And then after a while, you're just not going to even see the curve. You're not going to see the sidewalk, but it just kind of, oh yeah, I want to start with this. See that? Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, I better zoom. I better focus. They're not going to focus. Focus. How about that one? Focus. Oh, that one. There we go. Look at that. Man, it's like, I could walk. I stubbed my toe. Hey, I need a little grate right there. Maybe I should add a little water grate right there, right? That'd be cool. You could add in these details, they're fine. So what I did is I kept my ruler vertical, parallel to the side of the buildings. Don't be going diagonal. Don't be going non-parallel on me. And adding these parallel lines this way. So these are at an angle, remember, because you're using the vanishing point, but these curves are going to be straight up and down because it's the side. Oh yeah, look at that little water drain. My dog is frightened of those things. We get near those, she goes across the other street. She don't like those things. I guess her little feet would get stuck in those. That would be scary. All right. So side. Listen to that. Remember, if it's the side of something, you use vertical lines. If it's the top or bottom, look at that. It's the ground. The bottom, the ground. Use the vanishing point. All right, let's go a little more exciting. So I'm going to show you a couple more details. And once you get the hang of it, then you're going to be able to add your own details as long as you know the basics of what we're doing here. Okay? Keeping sides of buildings, sides of sidewalks. That's the curve there. Sides of doors, sides of windows. Vertical lines are always going to be parallel to keep perspective. However, if it's the top of a window, the bottom of a door frame, the floor of the ground, the roof of a building, always using those vanishing points. That's out of focus again. This maybe, there we go. All right. So let's show more detail. All right. Well, this is an amazing story. This right here is the Europe Art Emporium, the biggest art store in all the world, right here in Lake County. Oh man, I wish that was true. Whew, one day. So, because this is a huge building, we're talking how many? Maybe 20 stories? Huge building. Yeah, maybe I should put the floors in. Yeah, I'm going to decide the floors because the floors are going to help me decide the windows and it's going to help me all that kind of stuff. So, oh, what do we step on? The ground. It's the bottom, right? Oh, what do we have to do? Use a vanishing point. What about the roof or the ceiling of something? Oh, that's top. Top. Vanishing point. So if I'm going to put floors and stories in my building here, maybe I'll use the side of my ruler for that first story. I have to use the vanishing point. If it's on the right side of the building, use the right vanishing point. If it's on the left side of the building, left vanishing point. So this first floor, this is a pretty tall floor. I'm going to have a huge door so like 20 people can walk into my building all at the same time and leave. And boy, they better be safe. I hope they're wearing masks. That's why I'm going to have a sign on the must wear mask. So I'm going to go. Now, the last one was this distance because I used my ruler here, the width. So my next story, because it's going to get a little farther from my eyesight where I'm at right there, it's actually going to get a little bit smaller. So let's see. So using that vanishing point. Okay. So using that vanishing point. See what I'm doing here? Still using that vanishing point. Now we're actually angling downward because we're looking up at it. So it's going to appear that way. Still using that vanishing point. Let's make these floors a little bit smaller because it is getting farther away. Oh, and then that last floor. All right. So these are the top of the floor and the bottom where you stand on. See, this is where you stand, walk around. There's the top. This one looks like it's a little small because I was a little dark. My lines there were a little dark on that end. I don't know if I can erase it anymore. Oh well, that's why you better draw a light till you get it right. Or just use some color later and fix it that way. All right. So here's my first story. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Not as impressive as I thought, but these are huge floors. I mean, a 7-story art building. Woo! I think I'm going to have my apartment up there. I'm going to have a condo. Yeah. You could be as creative as you want. So now I'm doing the left side of the building. So I'm using the left vanishing point. And I need to make sure that these floors, they match up. So I'm matching those lines up. That would be a little wonky if, these floors didn't match up and you got roof ceilings going in every different directions. And, you can be creative with your architecture, but just don't go a little wild and your building's not going to stand anymore. Or just make sure you have plenty of education on architecture before you go too wild. Or, have fun with it. So these are not parallel lines. Eventually, they are going to intersect. So the tops and the bottoms of different parts of your city elements, your building elements are not going to be parallel. However, what will? The sides. The sides. Remember I said I wanted a big door getting into my building? Bam, going to make it right now. I want one of those big old sliding glass, humongous doors right there. Oh, wait. Pause the video, put your floors in if you haven't yet. And then I'll wait. All right. You got your floors in? Don't you come back and listen until you have those floors in. Good. All right. So now I want one of those sliding glass doors. Someone gets near it and it just opens up. It says, come shop some art supplies here. So this is the side of a door. What does it need to be? Vertical. Parallel with the walls there. Look at parallel. Bam. Parallel. 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 Sides of the building. Sides of a door. Parallel. All right? So this is my door. However, the top of the door, I got to have the sliding glass door. Where do I want the top? Right there. I need to use the vanishing point. It's on the right side. I better use the right vanishing point. Bam, going to line that up right there. Going to line it up right there. I'm going to draw the top of my door. Holy smokes, that is one big door. I think I can get like 20 people in my door. Maybe I'll have a couple. I want a couple sliding glass doors. Yeah, I like those stores. Like when you go to the mall. Oh, I miss the mall. When you go to the mall or somewhere, you go shopping and they have all these different doors so different people come in. Yeah. So this might be sliding glass door. Maybe I'll kind of just do that. This is a reflection. No, I'll add those details. No, I want to add those details in now. Maybe this will be a regular door. Yeah, I don't know. We could make it up. Are you walking down the street? You go into my store. Now you're walking down the street. Oh, I can't enter there. Well, how do I get? I want another door. I better add in another door. So you got to think about these things that you do in your city block. Don't be putting a bunch of windows and don't have any doors. This is not Rapunzel's place here, okay? You got to make sure people can get inside your buildings. You got to be thinking about these different things. Not just about, oh, that door is smaller. This is for children. No, I got to make it the same. Yeah, okay. Not that creative. You know how I can make it the same? I don't know. Measure it. That would probably be a good thing. All right, there we go. All right, right about there. Or I could go, it's going to end right about there. All right, there. All right, now because it's the top of the door, I better use my vanishing point. All right. And bang, that's cool. Okay. Oh. Maybe this could be a revolving door. Oh, okay. That's later in the advanced art classes here. We'll keep it simple. Okay. Hey, you know what? Not only do I want doors, I want people to know what they're going to find in this store. So I'm going to have these big picture glass windows. I want these big display windows. There's the sides of the windows. What am I doing? I'm having them parallel. Here's the top of the window. What am I doing? I'm using the vanishing point. Bottom of the window, using the vanishing point. There's a window. I would want to put a window there and a window there and a window there. I want lots of windows. I want windows up here. I want people to see, look inside and go, oh, I want that art supplies. I want to buy that. How are people going to know what's in this building though? Maybe I should put a sign above the door. Ding, ding. That would be a good thing. So let's make a sign. I want a big sign. So I better have the sides of the sign to be parallel to the sides of the building. It's going to be a big old sign. I want everyone to come look at my Europe Art Emporium. Going to do some shopping. They're going to enjoy some art supplies. Ooh, maybe on one of these stores will be like, you could come and gather with friends and do art together and just try out things. So as this is coming together, as long as you're following the rules, it's really going to look realistic. I could have done this and made this sign like going across this way. What? I mean, it looks realistic here. But if I would have done this sign here, I'm going to draw it. I'm going to show you something here. Say if I would have done perpendicular right there with that one, and I did the top of the sign like this. All right, well, the side of the sign, we know these have to be vertical. You know how many of my high school students do this all the time? I see this all the time. All the time. That looks like a floating rectangle off, or man, the sign maybe is falling down or something's going on. That is not right. And then they go, this is my art supply store. No, that's not realistic. That's not using perspective. Fans, as they move away, they're going to get smaller. The angle is going to go up into the vanishing point. Don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. Use those vanishing points. They are there for a reason to help you with perspective. All right, remember I was going to call, you don't have to do this. I mean, if you want to name a store after me. Oh yeah, this is the Europe. See, but my letters are even going to get smaller and smaller as it goes farther away. I'm standing here. It's going to get, Europe Art. Oh no, it's not. I should have done this smaller. I wish I would have drawn lighter. I could have planned that out. You better do that. Art stuff. Maybe I'll just draw that now. Europe's, oh, here we go. Europe's art. Oh, this is my future gallery. Yeah. Oh yeah. I have my future gallery right there. Okay. So you could come up, and this is where you get a little creative, and you can do that. Now, if I'm going to have all these to be windows, something you can do that kind of saves time is you can lay your parallel lines down, and look at what I'm doing here. I'm just doing kind of some dash marks in here. I can't even remember where my fans are. That's one side of the window. Here's the other side of the window. Now remember, that is the side of a window. It better be vertical. Keep it vertical. Here's the bottom of the window. Use your vanishing point. So there's the bottom, bam. Move it up, there's the bottom. Top, bam. So I could have whole rows of windows. I could have a bunch of signs. Use that rule. Always keep remembering that rule. If it's the top or the bottom, use your vanishing points. And the correct one. It's on the side of the building, use the vanishing point. If it's the sides, keep it parallel, keep it vertical. Now, do you see all these different shapes they're going to start creating? You can get totally creative. You can do arches as long as you're keeping in mind that things get smaller as they move away. Hey, that's going to be like a parking garage. You can go in there and park a car maybe. I don't know. You can get creative, put balconies. There's different rules. But again, if it's the top or the bottom, use a vanishing point. A balcony kind of stands out. It's actually, you have to kind of look at some examples. It's the other one, and you can go online and look at some examples on how to do these things. But get creative. You can do lots of fun things. But perspective, as things get farther away, they're going to get smaller. When they're closer, much bigger. Have fun with this, guys. When you're done, you're going to be able to label all the different parallelograms, trapezoid, obtuse angle, acute angle, something else that has to do with math, another word because I can't remember. I don't have it up on my screen. Doing of math, you're going to be able to label it. You're going to have a cool city block. Be creative, and I want to see these when you're done. Please, I want you to please show me these. I cannot wait to see how your city blocks come out. If you get stuck on something, drawing the door, rewind, come back to the video, watch it again. Doing a window. Oh my gosh, I forgot how to add another building. Go back. It's using the same principles and do it. If you want me to help you on a certain design element, shoot me an email. Mrs. Sherman has my email address. She'll give it to you. Send me an email and say, Mrs. Yerb, I'm working on my city block. Can you show me how to do a balcony? I'll do a quick video and I'll give you a demonstration. There's something, oh, you know what? I wanted to add a terrace. I wanted to add a fire escape. How do I do a fire hydrant? How do I add a tree? You get to have fun with this. Lights. Oh, yeah. Light up that city block. Have fun with this. Really enjoy it. It is going to be cool, and I cannot wait to see them. Also, what's going to be happening over here? Couldn't you have another? Here's the street. Some more buildings over here. What's happening over here? Is there a tall building hanging out back over here way in the distance? Small peeking out or something? Get creative. Put some greenery in there. Have fun. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this art project. I can't wait to see them. Have a fabulous day. Have fun with it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.